Welcome to Lesson 84, Increases in Percent, in Saxon's Algebra 1/2, second edition. Alright, so we've been working with problems with percentages and diagrams. We've been doing that for quite a while now. Now we're going to deal with when we have an increase in a percent. Now this is different than Lesson 81, where it was percents greater than 100. That's different. This is more on the lines of when you go to the store and say that the farmer has charged the store for his milk $2, and that was the original price was $2, so it was 100%. And let's say that the grocer, in order to make money, decides to mark that up an additional 50% so that he can make some money. So now he's going to charge $3 instead of the $2 so that he can make 50% more. So $3 is actually 150% of $2. So that's what we're going to be doing here. And later on we'll get into decreases in percent, which is what affects you when you go to a store and they're having a sale that's 20% off or 40% off. You'll be able to figure out how to calculate that. So increases in percent can be a little tricky for people sometimes because they forget to do this one simple thing. When you have an increase in percent, you add the amount increased to the original 100%. So let's look at this in a problem. To their dismay, the townspeople found that the rodent population had increased 140%. If the rodent population has been 400 before, what was the rodent population now? Well, that 400 has just increased itself 140%. 400 was already 100%, and then it went up another 140%. So we have to use as our percent 240 over 100. Once we do that, we say 240 over 100 times 400 equals what number? When we do the math, we find that it is now 960, which is quite an increase. See, 140% increase was quite a big increase over the original 400. So here in your diagram, your percentage again is going to be more than 100, so you're going to have a one-part diagram on both sides. Let's do another one. The number of cheering fans increased from 60 to 240. What percent increase was this? So what percent of 60 is 240? So again, our after number, or our is number, is larger than our of number. So we're looking for the percent, and we're simply going to write it up just like it says here. What percent of 60 is 240? So the first thing we'll do is do this divide by 60 on both sides, and we get what percent equals 4, and then when we multiply by 100 on both sides, we find that the percentage is 400. So 240 is 400% of 60. In other words, it is 4 times as many as 60. All right, let's look at our practice problem. A, the number of acorns on the ground increased 240% during the storm. If 5,400 acorns were on the ground before the storm, how many were on the ground after the storm? All right, it increased 240. Before it increased, 5,400 was already 100%. So we're going to use the number 340% of 5,400 is what number? So then all we have to do is do the math. Let's see, let's get rid of these 2 zeros here and 2 zeros here. And basically we have a 1 on the bottom now, so we're just going to say 54 times 34 is 1,836. So basically, the number of acorns before the storm, when it was just 100%, was 1,836. But when it went up 240%, it became 5,400. So you see, that's the after, and it's a one-part diagram. Alright, B says the number increased from 40 to 280. What percent increase was this? So let's set this up like this. What percent of 40 is 280? Well, the first thing we're going to do is get rid of 40. That's out of there. So we have WP over 100 equals 280 divided by 40, which I know 28 divided by 4 is 7. And then I'm going to multiply by 100 on both sides. So WP is 700. So 280 is a 700% increase from 40. So here in our diagram we have 40 of 40, and that's before. Before it increased, it was 100%. And then after the increase, we have 280, and we know that it is 700%. So that is after the increase. So if you're going to do your, when you're doing your diagrams, this is how you would do it. Solve the equation first, then do your diagram. Good job. Remember to always add 100 to whatever your increase percent is, and you'll be fine. All right, I'll see you next time for lesson 85.